When we first heard about the abuse, it was just tragedy. It was the one thing that my husband and I wanted to never happen to our child, since we were both victims of abuse as children. And we came together when we very first got together and we're like, this is never gonna happen to our child. We're gonna protect her. And it's something that you never feel like could happen to your family until it does. Initially, how I coped was crying. And since it was a family member, that made it even more real to me. And it was someone that I had grown up with my entire life that you just never expect for that to happen. What do we do? How do we proceed? Where do we go? Who do we tell? Who do we not tell? We had just no sense of direction or what to do. I honestly hadn't even heard of the Kids Center before any of this happened. And when we first arrived, it was actually super welcoming. The gal, Katie, up front is just fantastic. And everyone here was just really, really comforting and kind and welcoming, and helped make a sort of really unfortunate situation a little more fortunate. What I did appreciate was the fact that it wasn't 5 people in a room in a U-shaped table all staring at one kid as an interrogation. Because during my situation, my abuse when I was a child, that's what happened to me. I went down to the actual police station, had to have 2 male officers sit there with me and ask me all these questions, and that was horrible. And I had to repeat myself over and over and over again. And then I had to face my abuser in a courtroom at 10 years old and repeat my story over and over and over again. And it was horribly traumatizing. And the fact that here my daughter got to tell her story one time, she got to tell as much or as little as she wanted, and she would never, I told her, like, you don't have to tell this story ever again if you don't want to. And that wouldn't have been possible without Kids Center. Kids Center to our family for the past year has been an absolute crucial part of my daughter's trauma healing. The therapy has been absolutely amazing. She learned how to say no. She learned how to set boundaries. She learned how that you don't have to agree with everything everybody does, and that you have integrity and you do what's right no matter what. She is way more confident in herself and her abilities, and she's not afraid to stand up for what's right, even if it's gonna hurt someone's feelings. We've learned a lot as adults from the therapy here, so it's really been a really fantastic and comforting experience. Kids Center has just been an amazing support system to help me help my daughter navigate through this trauma, and supporting her navigating through this trauma. Without Kids Center, we would be lost without the proper tools to navigate through this. If I were to describe Kids Center in one word, it would be safe.